Well, Bill was diagnosed in 2018, but he had symptoms a good year before that. A lot of things weren't adding up.
What is pulmonary fibrosis? Pulmonary fibrosis, or PF, is the common term used to describe a large family of diseases that cause inflammation and scarring in the lungs. The medical term is interstitial lung disease, or ILD.
Bill would lose his voice, become breathless if we were in a breeze. If we went to a restaurant and there was a fan overhead, he couldn't finish a sentence. And they did pulmonary functions tests, allergy tests. It was finally a doctor up in the north that said, I think it's something else. He was good. And it was him that got the diagnosis. He was well into the disease when COVID hit. He accepted it right from the beginning. He was a reader and he read up on it and talked to the doctors about it. That was the only time that he was sort of in denial about, I don't need it, I don't need it, I don't need it, until we were in to see his doctor one day, and she said, I just want to try you on a bit of oxygen. Put it on him, and it was like, oh, I feel so much better, And he was able to use the small portable converter. We rigged up a backpack, and he put this converter thing inside, and we would go for walks in the neighborhood, and he'd have it on his back. He lived for his Tuesday night meetings online, and he got to sit with a whole group of people that had oxygen on, just like him, Caregivers need to be able to talk to one another and say, what is this going to look like for me? I'm pretty independent, and my kids are pretty supportive. And I had some girlfriends that we would just talk, I just used the support that way. In October of 21, I got diagnosed with breast cancer, and he was determined to support me. We loaded the oxygen in the car, and he drove me to the Tom Baker, dropped me off. I'd have my treatment. He'd go sit in the car on his oxygen and read. I'd text him, he'd come around, pick me up, and that was all of April. And then May, I did my healing, and June, first week he died. It sure needs a lot more research and support. We've got to push to find a way to ease it in some way because it's a hard disease.
I have a lot of hope for the future for this disease. There is a tremendous amount of interest and research happening right now for pulmonary fibrosis. We have lots of drugs in the pipeline from different companies. We even have clinical trials that are underway that patients can join. I'm very hopeful that in the next 10 years we'll have more treatments that are going to be more effective at slowing down and hopefully halting the disease altogether.